What is up, people, and welcome back to the channel. So what we have is episode 7, and what I wanted to do is just be more like educational for this one. What I'll do for this one is I'll go over certain things about my training. I've talked about my diet before, I've talked about like what I do in my schedule, but I've not really went into detail about what my workout split is and the reason why I do certain things. What I will say is, if you've not watched any of the previous videos, then go do that now. I'll put the playlist on the top. If you've not watched anything like that and you want to watch this one first, absolutely fine, but go back and watch the previous ones, kind of catch up on yourself to try and see where I'm at. Because I've only really got 2 weeks in this one, and what I will say is I would be finishing on the Wednesday, but what I'll do is I'll finish on the Sunday. So maybe like do an episode 9 or something. That'll be the last one instead of doing 8. And what I will say is, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I will say that now. If you're up to date with the playlist and you're not hit the subscribe button, what are you doing? So what I will do is I'll try and put some visuals on the screen so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Make it a little bit more entertaining as well. Okay, to start off with, when I just started this cut, what I'll do is this will be very specific to this cut, not like training in general, because when I go my lean bulk it might be slightly different. So let's just put the title as my cut, the cut. Let's compare the start of the cut to the end. What I did was I started with a 5-day split with no cardio, steps really low, and then up to now it's a 4-day, a bit more cardio and a bit more steps. So 2 slightly different things, kind of similar, and that's what I'm going to go into detail today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into detail about the 5 days and the 4 days, kind of compare them, and also go into details about each day and why I do things in that day and why it's necessary and like why I changed. This could be beneficial to you if you want to even try the 5-day, the 4-day. It's good to know. So on the screen just now, I've just got like an overview of what I was planning out for myself for this cut. So that's, if you see me looking, it's because of that. Let's start off with the start of the cut. It was a push-pull legs, rest, and then it was an upper lower, and then the rest on the Sunday as always. The reason why I've done this is because I've done it for like 6-7 months and I was very comfortable doing it. There's hundreds of splits. There's like the push-pull legs, rest, push-pull legs, and just keep going. So that's like a 6-day split. Then you get your bro splits, then you get individual stuff like shoulders and arms, all that kind of stuff, which is quite complicated, but it's necessary if you want to try and hit certain movements, certain muscles as well. Also what you get is your full body splits, upper lower splits, and I'm going to go into more detail about that. What I did was, it was the push-pull legs and then the upper lower. So the push days are mostly focused on your chest, your shoulders, your triceps. Pull days are back and biceps. The lower body, so I kind of kept it towards every muscle in the leg, so the quads, hamstrings and the glutes. Bit of calves in there as well, but that would be the same for both days. And then the upper day would be more like I would try and focus more on my back. So that's like probably a big weakness of mine. So my back and any of my pull movements, try and focus on in that day. And then my 4-day split was more towards upper and lower. So just split it up, upper, lower, that's it. And that's what I've been doing now. So let's break it down on what kind of movements you would do for that day, why you would do them, and like what's kind of necessary to try and grow the muscle as best as we can. Day 1, so let's just go, forget about the splits, just talk about the 5 kind of days that I would do. So day 1 is push. The 3 things I would focus on in this workout is horizontal push, vertical push, and your elbow extension. What I mean by horizontal push is anything you're moving out from your torso, you're pushing away from you. Anything you're pushing overhead is more vertical plane. So it's in the vertical plane, that's the horizontal plane. But it's the same if you're like lying in a bench press or you're lying in a chest press. It's still the same because that's the bench. Like I could be lying flat down and it's still pushing away from the body. Anything in this plane, lateral raise, that's all in the vertical plane. So what I would start off with is like a heavy incline dumbbell press, bench press, barbell bench press, whatever, or like a chest, very heavy chest press. Next thing is your vertical plane, so any shoulder pressing, so it could be overhead press, it could be dumbbell seated shoulder press. That was the next movement. Next thing, back on your chest, and I'd like to alternate between chest and shoulders. The next one could be like your flies, your pec deck flies, your even tricep dips. If you're thinking, if you're kipping your bum up, then it means that you're focused more on your chest and you're pushing away. That would work. Then you're going to go back to your vertical plane and you're going to do more like a lateral raise, focus on the lateral delt. The last 2 exercises what I would focus on is your elbow extension. So that would be more like your tricep extension, your cross body extension. The next exercise could be more like a skull crusher, like overhead extension, katana extension, especially in the triceps, like the lateral head, the long head, the medial head. All these kind of exercises tie into some sort of elbow extension. Moving on, you got your second day, which is pull. So pull, I would still focus on this horizontal vertical plane. So it would start off for me like a horizontal, like a bent over row, dumbbell single arm bent over row, something that's I would like to pull from the ground. Okay. Next, vertical plane, lat pull down, single arm lat pull down, some sort of variation of a lat pull down. I prefer lat pull downs to pull ups because I can overload them a little bit more. So it's really up to you. Next thing, back on the horizontal plane. So anything you're pulling towards your torso is in the horizontal plane. So seated row, like I really like a cable seated row. I pretty much prefer it. And you can do your upper, or you can do more like a lat bias. Next one, I'm going to count this. I look more towards focus on my lats, but it's still in the vertical plane. And I would say like a straight arm pull down is something that's very necessary if you want to try and get that width. Then a little bit opposite to the push, it's an elbow flexion. Okay, anything that requires your elbow to flex is biceps. So 2 bicep exercises should be perfect for the pull day. You could do like a preacher curl to hit the short head. And if you're doing anything behind your body, like a incline seated supinated curl is perfect, the dumbbell. Or the cable is quite useful for that as well. Just choose something that can try and hit the 2 heads. If you want to try and focus on the brachialis as well, you could, but it's just something you can kind of throw in there anyway. Next thing we've got is the upper body day. So let's skip the lower body days just now and then focus on the upper body. So pretty basic, focus on the 2 horizontals first. So horizontal push, horizontal pull. So what I like to do is maybe start on a bench press, dumbbell incline bench press, something that's pushing in a horizontal plane. Then what we'll do is I'll go horizontal pull. Okay, so maybe like a bent over row. Again, it's just alternating between the push and pull movements. Then what we're going to do is go to vertical push, vertical pull. So this could be like a shoulder press, any sort of shoulder pressing. You might want to focus on your chest that day and just do lateral raise. That's absolutely fine. And then what you would do is your vertical pull. Okay, so it's something that's in that plane, like a lat pull down. Then what you've got is your elbow extension, which I would do first, and then your elbow flexion, which is like tricep and bicep movement. So it's pretty simple, like alternate between the back, the chest, the shoulders, the bicep, the tricep, try and hit everything in the upper body, but using these planes to try and hit it in a certain angle. There's many other exercises you can do, but I'm just trying to give you the basics of what I can base it around. And you might say, that's only 6 exercises, but see if you go ham on those 6 exercises, like you probably won't need another exercise. Like 6 is pretty like average for me. Like I wouldn't really like to go 8, 9 because it's just overloading. It's too much volume. Just focus on those exercises and focus on really pushing yourself with them. So next one is the lower body, and the way I would do this is probably focus on push movements, hip hinge movements, isolation exercises, things that's going to maybe improve certain parts of your body, but base it on what kind of you need. I like to do my push movements first. This will be like a squat or heavy leg press, hack squat, something like that. After a warm up, obviously, and what I'll do is actually go over my warm up and my mobility drill for these before the workout, because I literally spend like 15-20 minutes on like before a leg day. Next thing what I'll do is it'll be like hip hinges. So this could be RDL, pretty much, yeah, RDL, something heavy. Try and get the glutes, try and get the hamstrings. Next thing, I like doing like a unilateral movement, but push. So like lunges, split squats, Bulgarian split squats. Then again, we probably focus more on the hamstrings for this one. So like a leg curl, so like hamstring curl, seated hamstring curl, lying hamstring curl, anything Nordic curls, I feel like it. Fifth thing what I would do is focus more on a push movement again. So I would do the quad, so the leg extension. So that's something that I really like to put in because it's slightly different than you would normally do in a push movement. You're bringing it up, it's a different kind of flexion. You're really focused on the quad in this one, and it's something that a lot of exercise can't do. And then the last thing we'll do, the 6 exercises, maybe focus on something that you really want to improve. So it could be like, for me, maybe another hip hinge. What I like to do is maybe like a 45-degree hyperextension, so try and focus on the glutes. Or what I could do is maybe the abduction, the calf raise, the adduction, like stuff like that's what I like to put at the end. So I broke down every single workout that I would normally do. What I will say is there's pretty much like a bunch of stuff you need to make sure you're doing. Overloading, like make sure if you can increase your weight, maybe not sets, but I would definitely say reps, weight, intensity, the speed that you're moving, any holds, put them in. If you can if you can overload, then I would recommend doing it because that's how you're going to grow the muscle even on a cut. And what I would probably say is try and go to failure. Maybe not like dead ass failure, but I mean like close to failure that you can feel like you can't really do any more reps. I feel like if you're really serious about this, then that's the intensity that you should be going, like definitely. The amount of change you'll see if you just push your body to the limit, use correct exercises, correct technique, and then just watch yourself grow, like astonishing. This comes with eating the right calories as well. Okay, let's just break this down to a bunch of questions and why did I change my split? Basically, I wasn't resting enough. my body was aching. My calories were coming down, my body was aching even more. It's a kind of no-brainer for me. My energy was ridiculously low and I felt like I couldn't push myself in the workouts. The start, yeah, absolutely fine, I can do it, but see, once calories get lower and I can't really sleep as good and I'm not getting the carbs in, it really does affect my workout. What I just wanted was more recovery to benefit me in the training, and that's why more rest days, bit more time to recover on each muscle, and that's absolutely what I needed. To be honest with you, I didn't really enjoy the workouts like for a while, maybe like week 4, week 3, didn't really enjoy the workouts and I felt like I was just going there to get it done, whereas now like I'm really prioritising benefiting the muscles, and if I'm doing certain exercises I really will push myself instead of holding myself back for the next day. Upper body days really do help me prioritise like my performance, and I feel like I'm a lot stronger, if that makes sense. I'm a bit more, can't speak. I'm definitely a bit more determined to push myself. And then basic, I can prioritise work and steps. What would I recommend to you? Probably something that you enjoy. Do a split that you enjoy. Do a split that works around your schedule. Don't do something that you can't maintain and be consistent with, because chances are you're not going to be able to keep going. You're going to just quit and fail. Whereas that is not the word we want to use here. That is totally out of the picture. We want to do something we're consistent with and something we can actually be successful with. But yeah, just work around your schedule and just do what you actually enjoy, but make sure it's in line with your goals. For example, if you're going to go for like more hypertrophy, more bodybuilding style, if you're doing a lot of strength training, is that the right thing to do? Probably not. Like doing 1 rep maxes, probably not the right training split that you want to do. But the thing is, if you want to try and maximise how much weight you're moving, then obviously do a strength program. Hypertrophy is more if you want to kind of sculpt your body. So like make sure you're choosing the right one. So 5 days includes the push, pull, the legs, the upper body. So that's the kind of 4 workouts. Just different styles you can like foot around with it. The 4 days is upper, lower. That's the difference. I won't use exactly the same exercises. I will build from them. If I get tired of them, I'll change them out. And should anyone train like this? Should you take this on board? Probably. Is it going to benefit you? Probably. Just have a try at everything. If you feel like you're benefiting from the splits that I've mentioned, great. Then you've took something away from this video. But what I will say is just make sure if you're taking something on board with this, make sure it aligns with your goals. What I probably will do is go, for example, I might go into more detail about certain splits and do like different videos on certain splits, or I might even trial them, give my verdict on it, and then do like a summary video, to be honest with you. But at the moment I just want to give you a verdict of what I've been doing throughout my cut, and it was the 2 splits. I haven't mentioned is cardio, so if I'm going to be doing cardio, it will be totally separate from the workout, so it might be in the morning. If I do a workout in the morning, it'll be late night, and if I pretty much do the workout at night and I've not done my steps, I'll just do it straight after it. So I'll hop on a treadmill, I'll do a little bit of cardio as well as my steps. And yes, if you enjoyed this video, if you wanted me to go in more detail about certain workouts, I'll try to kind of fit everything in this one, my actual split. I can do that. If you want me to go the reasons or why I would include things into like a push workout, then let me know. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. If you're not subscribed to the channel, it is just down there. Support the channel. We're nearly finished our series and we're going to do way more content coming out after it. If you want to, hit the alarm bell. This will notify you when I've uploaded a new video, and it could be another one like this, last one of the series, or just a brand new video. What I will say in terms of my coaching, I'm taking online clients and I've got something coming out in the next 2 months, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're wanting to apply for the coaching, I'll put the link in the the description, so you can actually click it and apply. This makes me kind of understand who you are and if you're serious about it. Or what you can do is you can go to my Instagram and TikTok, upload there every single day pretty much. If you want to message me about anything I've spoke about today, or just any question in general, come say hi. It's absolutely fine. But yeah, people, stay safe, stay positive, stay grateful, and I will see you in the next one.